All right, so this is demonic activity underway by, again, the third-party group stalker that's also engaged in federal stalking with LAPD, who you saw stalking in helicopter, license CV41D55. That is the demon engaging in the documented act of terrorism, and she does so via directed light, and she's monitoring with her child, who is standing at the apartment building while she is Tiffany CHERREZ of 1818 North Alvarado Street, apartment number 5. She's going to federal prison. She will be subject, and she is literally the framework for understanding the mental illness of the demon-possessed that are engaging in this criminal system in concert with the state. The public safety concern that's created and realized upon exposure of federal group stalking and monitoring by a specific population in the state of California, and that federal stalking criminal conduct is underway. And so you're talking about a demon that's monitoring, waiting for me to come downstairs. This is the specific environment, and so that's how you're able to know there's no coincidences. They're engaging in what is maintenance in the path, and she's present in the path using her vehicle as a method of light activity, stalking in the path, reversing right in front of me, which is what I took an image of. This is a psychopath that's engaging what is stalking. A sex offender, knowing what I'm doing in the apartment, waiting for me to come down from my apartment, and then engaging in what is the demonic method of stalking in the path in front of you while they know that you're documenting it. This is all manner of an impermissible threat. And then she's monitoring with her teenage daughter, who gets in the car. Her teenage daughter is also liable for what is federal group stalking and monitoring. She has been documented engaging in group stalking with her younger siblings, and she's monitoring with her mother, exhibiting a demon possession and that demonic method of retaliation while they are aware of what you're documenting. That's what I'm capturing, and that's the ongoing context to that criminal conduct by that heavily documented demon. That is Tiffany CHERREZ, who's engaging in what is, again, that foolish act. This is what the entity does on an ongoing basis. They do that using helicopters. They do that using what is a directed light. They're demons engaging in criminal conduct. And as much as it's not funny, I know you hear me laughing, but that's how serious the federal prosecution is going to be. That has very real repercussions for the whole entity. Okay, that is viciousness that's threatening the life of an ordinary target individual. That is a communication of a threat by an entity that has routinely engaged in criminal summoning, manufacturing information for purposes of a kidnapping by law enforcement agencies who do not have any probable cause. They're stalking you in concert with the entity that makes up information about you. And then upon kidnapping, engaging in what is literally abusing the criminal system, the criminal justice system for purposes of concealing the fact that you also just so happen to be documenting what is an unprecedented crime exacted against you by that same entity. That's that entity that's exhibiting the very highly deranged mind state, using her teenage daughter who's engaged in relevant positioning and activity creation while she's monitoring with her mother. You're going to remove both those children, and you're going to prosecute not only Tiffany CHERREZ, but the people of the state who are engaged in monitoring with her, including the state. That is what is so pathetic about the entity. It's both pathetic and it's also entirely threatening to the ordinary target individual. The entity engages in what is conduct that makes it feel powerful. And let me be clear, you can mistake what is absolutely psychotic behavior for being powerful when you are practicing this criminal conduct in concert with a corrupt government that is engaging in that, holding hands with you, and you suffer you have yet to suffer, and you don't suffer any consequences for it when you've engaged in it for so long and you've gotten away with it. This is what the state of California has been doing for a long time. And this is that corruption that has gone on for a prolonged period without being exposed and without being punished. Okay, so then you're looking at what is the very, very disturbing and threatening mind state, the mental illness that is of the demon possessed, who include their children in that criminal conduct. And that's what Tiffany CHERREZ is doing, and that's not even reasonably questioned when you're engaging in the terrorism with directed light. And then you're engaging in what is repeating that act of terrorism, which is not a coincidence. You are showing, yes, I am an outright stalker and a sex offender, and I'm doing so with the state that engages in kidnapping, bearing what I'm talking about. Law enforcement, they are implicated while the entity is acting vicariously through Tiffany CHERREZ. The state is acting via Tiffany CHERREZ. So you're acting on behalf of the whole government. Understand the level of a threat that you're posing while you engage in group stalking and monitoring. Also group stalking and monitoring, the one that's documenting it. Those are the same sex offenders monitoring while my panties are down, and you're looking at engineered light all in my apartment. That sex offender is going out of their way to communicate a threat, to continuously engage in that conduct in your face, while they're also monitoring and aware of every word that's uttered about them. That is revealing, by the way, the mental illness of the entity. Okay, and that is shared because they have the same condition. This is demonic activity. All right, it is currently. So I just wanted to give added context to the images that I just captured, and this is that stalking conduct. This is a demon that's in a vehicle. She's coming downstairs now. I'm going to make sure I'm right in position. You're just going through what is the very disturbing mindset of those that are engaging in the P.O.C. All right, and how you're engaging in what is conduct waiting for the target individual, that's sick. Okay. And then you've got your daughter in position waiting, so that's in every aspect of that is very, very sick. Nothing about it is anything innocent. You're in the specific environment. You're a documented demon. You're engaging in what is conduct in concert with the state that engages in that documented terrorism with the state that uses helicopters to stalk somebody. This is what the entity is doing, and she includes her children. This is the direct evidence of removing all of the children of the people of the state, including Tiffany CHERREZ's. All right, while she engages in communicating a threat in concert with those children, making them group stalkers, making them those that are engaging in terrorism, making them violent sex offenders living at the crime scene. She likes to include her children in the pattern of conduct. She does that. But let me be clear, you're doing that while you're living at a crime scene. So this is a wake-up call to the entity that's monitoring American citizens in this country. Where you're engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct shall be legally relevant, and you're going to be prosecuted for every aspect of that federal offense, committing it in concert with a corrupt government. That's something you don't want to have any parts of. It's currently 8:24 a.m. This is P.O.C. That's workplace terrorism, harassment, and sexual violence in concert with minors, contributing to the delinquency of minors by an entity. Remember, this is all conduct by the entity engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring, posing an impermissible threat. All right. And it is currently, again, 8:24 a.m. This is P.O.C.